our first video up is by a YouTuber named Alex Bale. Now, I don't know if any of you are familiar with his content. He just hit 1 million subscribers, so congrats to Alex for accomplishing such a feat. But if you don't know him, he's the SpongeBob guy. The worst thing you could call him. But no, he got really big on YouTube for his SpongeBob conspiracy theories. I mean, take a look at these. I don't know if you've ever seen these, if they've come across you recommended, but oh look, his magical school bus theory is really up there. Almost 9 million views. That's crazy. That is bonkers. So yeah, today we're going to watch his latest theory, the Cocoa Puffs conspiracy, a theory by Alex Bale. Now, I've never heard of this conspiracy. I really don't know what he's about to talk about, but, you know, in the thumbnail you can see some, what looks like newspaper, headlines. Some things are redacted, so I'm assuming this was like a real thing that this is based off, but I don't know. I'm very excited. Whenever he puts out a theory, it's great. You know, he put out a Blue's Clues one out recently. He also did a Last Airbender one, so he puts the work in with these. So I'm very excited to take a look to see what he has cooked up for us today. I can hear myself. Okay, there we go. Okay, here we go. I know we haven't even started yet, but I just wanted to just come out in the open right now and say that I was never a Cocoa Puffs kid. I don't know if I've never had a bowl of Cocoa Puffs. I don't think I have. I was always a Cocoa Krispies guy, and still am to this day. If I need a cereal, that's most likely what I'm gonna grab. Cocoa Krispies was it for me. So I never had Cocoa Puffs, but I'm definitely nostalgic for all the Cocoa Puff commercials that they did growing up. I mean, look, this is classic.
There's no escaping chocolatey Cocoa Puff.
I've always thought there was something strange about Cocoa Puff commercials. Most kids' cereal commercials are pretty straightforward.
I don't know if I would call it strange just because, well, maybe he's right, because it's like it's Cocoa Puffs, so it's like the natural's like, oh, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I don't know. Maybe he is onto something, because like Cocoa Krispies, for example, they don't lean towards like that narrative in like their commercials or anything like that. So maybe he's right.
A fun, wacky mascot character who wants a certain type of cereal and has to overcome some kind of obstacle to get it.
Go for those delicious Lucky Charms! Silly rabbit, tricks are for kids!
It's pretty basic stuff. But the thing that's strange about Cocoa Puff commercials is that Sonny the Cuckoo Bird isn't trying to get the cereal, he's actively trying to avoid it.
How do we escape the great taste of Cocoa Puffs?
Interesting. Yeah, that's interesting. I also did want to point out that this is the first kind of theory that Alex does that is not a TV show based. I think literally every other theory he does, it's based on some sort of TV show, where it's SpongeBob, Magic School Bus, Last Airbender, Blue's Clues. Like, this is the first time where it's about cereal, so this is definitely gonna be really interesting to see where this goes. Oh, you know what? He did a Pixar theory, so still so TV film, but not commercial theories.
If you think about it, Sonny is kind of a struggling addict who's desperately trying not to relapse, but fails every time and ends up destroying whatever building he's in and terrifying the people around him.
Can't control myself? I'm going Cocoa for Cocoa Puffs! Cocoa for Cocoa Puffs!
Cocoa Puffs are literally ruining his life, and I think it's kind of weird that that's how General Mills chose to advertise their cereal for children. But whatever. These are just silly 30-second kids commercials that are all essentially the same. There's no plot or world building. There couldn't possibly be anything here worth theorizing about. Right? What if I told you...
He always does this in theories. Like, it can't possibly be this thing I'm talking about, right? Well, take a look at this.
That beneath the surface of these colorful cereal advertisements is one of the most dark and complex underlying narratives I have ever seen in a piece of media. A hidden story of addiction, war, betrayal, and a massive conspiracy about the world Sonny lives in that no one has discovered before today. I promise you that after this, you will never be able to watch a Cocoa Puff commercial the same way again. This is the Cocoa Puffs conspiracy.
I was gonna say something until I saw this. Wait, I think this is a ad.
Oh, I've been in a car accident. I should call my lawyer.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan.
Hi, John Morgan.
Yeah, so this is an ad. But while he's talking here, this is the Alex Bale himself. Yeah, this guy always has like great production quality behind his videos. If you take a look at his SpongeBob theories, there's this overarching narrative that happens like in a characterized version of him. It's hard to explain, but it kind of like goes back and forth between like SpongeBob theory versus like what's going on in him, and like the two are thematically kind of like symbolic playing off of each other. And it's very clear if you watch his videos, like he went to film school, like he gets like, you know, be a master editor, be a master like at like coming up with like shots and stuff like that, and like quality. It's just like it's really high up there, which is funny to say over this goofy ad that he's doing right now. Is he got advertised by a lawyer? Is that what I'm hearing right? That's what it looks like here. But yeah, so it's always guaranteed a good time if I'm checking out some of his stuff. And then now I'm just vamping to see when when this ad will end. Yeah, this is interesting that this is a sponsor that he has. Did not expect this.
Camera, unless you're watching this on your phone, in that case you'll have
I'm not.
the link in the description. So if you're injured, you can trust Morgan and Morgan.
Interesting. Oh. Huh.
Also, this video is not sponsored by Cocoa Puffs or General Mills, and I am not trying to make any claims about the real-life Cocoa Puffs brand.
It'd be funny if it was sponsored.
I'm just theorizing about fictional lore in commercials for fun and entertainment purposes. Please don't sue me, General Mills. Bye.
Here we go. The Bird World. Okay. Yo, Camilo's in the chat. Yo, what's up, dude? Yeah, we're watching some videos today. That's right, we're gonna be doing something very original on Twitch and just like reacting to other people's content. This is I don't know if you know Alex Camilo, but he's made some pretty good SpongeBob theories. And a couple days ago, he released a conspiracy theory on Cocoa Puffs. So we're about to get started on like whatever's about to happen.
The very first commercials for Cocoa Puffs aired in 1958 and originally featured 3 children instead of the iconic cuckoo bird as their mascot.
All aboard for the Cocoa Puffs train. Ding, ding.
It wasn't until 1962 that Sonny made his first appearance as the bird who goes cuckoo whenever he sees Cocoa Puffs.
Watch out because I'm Cocoa Puff, Cocoa Puff, Cocoa Puff.
This format was very successful, and Sonny has been the mascot for the brand ever since.
Interesting. I had never seen these old commercials. These are very old.
Since then, he's gone through many redesigns, but the basic premise has always stayed the same. Sometimes he's joined by children, sometimes he's with his grandpa, but he always ends up
Yes, now I do remember. I do remember showing you his channel before.
going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, despite his best efforts to avoid them.
Up here, I won't go cuckoo for my favorite cereal. I'm cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
It wasn't until 2004 that Sonny got his most iconic redesign that he's still known for today. And it's these commercials that I'm going to
I mean, his hair is thinning by this point. His hair was so long before. Now it's like thinning now.
be focusing on for this theory. The more modern Cocoa Puff commercials introduce us to the world that Sonny lives in.
You might not want any after whatever he's about to talk about, whatever nut he's about to crack here.
A society inhabited by intelligent talking birds.
No chocolatey vanilla Cocoa Puffs combos. Part of this good breakfast.
And it's surprisingly complex for just being the backdrop of kids' cereal commercials. They have their own bird cities, bird airports, bird legal systems. They even have a bird military.
Chocolatey Puffs.
Who wants a rat more chocolate?
Why do the Cocoa Puff commercial birds need a military? Like, who are they fighting in bird wars? And the entire bird world seems to run on Cocoa Puffs. All the grocery stores sell are Cocoa Puffs. If you go to the opera, they're singing about Cocoa Puffs.
This box right here. The Cocoa Puffs.
Even the media seems to be run by Cocoa Puffs.
Extra, extra new chocolatey vanilla Cocoa Puffs combo cereal.
So obviously this is a very difficult place for someone trying to beat a Cocoa Puff addiction. No matter what Sunny does or where he goes, he cannot avoid Cocoa Puffs. He tries to ask people for help, but all they want to do is talk about how great Cocoa Puffs are.
How do I escape the great taste of Cocoa Puffs? Why would you want to escape it? Cocoa Puffs are munchy. Crunchy. Stop it!
The only person willing to help him is Gramps, his trusted grandpa, who's been with him since 1962.
Keep Shelly from going cuckoo. I'm gonna hide Cocoa Puffs in this room.
Gramps?
I'm not hiding Cocoa Puffs.
Cocoa Puffs?
Mommy boy.
But even with his help, it's not enough. He tries to go to the store, or the opera, or in a plane, or a deserted island, but wherever he goes, Cocoa Puffs is already there.
Cocoa Puffs!
Sunny even tries to file a restraining order against Cocoa Puffs, but it doesn't work because apparently they're too delicious.
Now he's onto something here. He is onto something. Like, imagine like you're addicted to something, but it's always like thrown in your face, and it's just like you can't like you're literally trying to help yourself get over an addiction, but like the thing is just always thrown in your face from people in your life, just like strangers, loved ones. It's very bizarre. It is a weird like kind of narrative pushing like kids cereal commercials.
Sunny is a very tragic character because of just how much Cocoa Puffs are an inescapable, fundamental part of this world. But it isn't always like this. Occasionally, there are these weird outlier commercials that show a different side to this world, where we see these little moments where the bird citizens are just as afraid of Cocoa Puffs as Sunny is. The first time I noticed this was in a commercial.
Wait, I didn't even realize his name was Sunny.
For the new Cocoa Puffs chocolate and vanilla combo cereal.
Extra, extra new chocolatey vanilla Cocoa Puffs combo cereal.
It opens with a newspaper boy announcing the new cereal, but for the first time, people seem kind of disinterested in Cocoa Puffs and just walk past him. And then the commercial takes a very sudden turn.
When chocolatey and vanilla combine, there's no escape.
Two massive Cocoa Puffs in the sky crash into each other and begin raining down Cocoa Puffs all over the city. The people start screaming and running for their lives as the entire city is consumed by chocolate.
Can the video be up for us for a bit? Yes. Okay, hold on. Is it this way? Let me know if this does.
Chocolate and vanilla. But after Sunny goes cuckoo.
Oh no, you know what? I know what I need to do. Sorry. I just made it higher for my headphones, but I got it. There we go. I don't. Let me know if this is too high.
We cut back and see that everyone is now enjoying the cereal.
New chocolatey and vanilla Cocoa Puffs combos, part of this good breakfast.
Now in bowls everywhere.
Something has changed. This is not a world where everyone has always loved Cocoa Puffs. I think that this is a world that has been taken over by Cocoa Puffs. And if you don't believe me, we get much more explicit confirmation of this.
Okay, that worked. Okay, perfect.
In the commercial for the new chocolatey explosion puffs.
I was about to say this does look new.
I've kind of been holding off on showing this one because it is honestly the most insane commercial I have ever seen in my entire life. Like, you are not prepared for what I am about to show you. This commercial.
Okay, hold on. Let me get myself ready, because like he wouldn't just clickbait me like that. Like, this commercial is gonna be the most insane thing ever. So let me just. Just give me 1 second. Okay, I'm ready.
Takes place inside of the Bird military headquarters, where Sunny, as a Cocoa Puffs expert, discusses the dangers of this new type of Cocoa Puffs that's exploding in people's homes.
I'm warning you, it's more chocolatey. What do you mean?
Definitely a little too loud now. Okay. I was afraid that would happen. Let me put it right there. Let me know if this works.
More chocolatey.
Yeah.
Picture chocolatey Cocoa Puffs. Okay.
Even more chocolatey than that!
And the military birds look terrified of this and are treating it like a major threat.
Extra chocolatey puffs.
Who authorized more chocolatey?
Just how chocolatey is it?
And what happens next is...
Good?
I
Okay.
I can't even describe it to you. You just have to kind of see it for yourself.
Okay, here we go.
Chocolatey than that!
Just how chocolatey is it?
Oh my god, he just assaulted the military. No fucking way. Sonny is wanted by America. This is crazy.
Sonny reveals he secretly brought a box of the explosive Cocoa Puffs into the meeting with him, essentially a bomb that he launches at the military,
Oh,
basically
no.
committing Cocoa Puffs domestic terrorism
Oh
and flooding the
my
entire
God.
room with chocolate. And afterwards, we see the main military guy again, except now he seems to be supporting the cereal,
Limited time only.
and even his military stars have been replaced with Cocoa Puffs. Sonny has essentially performed a coup and used Cocoa Puffs to take over the bird military. These commercials are not about trying to sell cereal to kids. They're about the hostile takeover of the bird world from within.
Dude, I mean, could you imagine if this happened in Oppenheimer? I mean, I'm not kidding around. Like, what if just J. Robert brought one of his bombs into the court when he was being sued for being communist? Like, come on, dude.
But why is Sonny doing this? I thought he was just some guy trying to escape his addiction.
You gotta keep Cocoa Puffs away from me!
Why is he suddenly a sleeper agent working for Cocoa Puffs in this commercial? And who is really behind this takeover? So, at this point, you might be thinking that these are all just a bunch of random, incoherent, one-off commercials with no continuity or logic behind the things happening. You know, they're just a bunch of wacky, random skits made to sell cereal to kids, and we shouldn't really try to understand them. And you'd probably be right until they released a single commercial that fundamentally changed everything we thought we knew about this world. In fact, this commercial gives us so much new evidence that it is the entire reason I decided to make this theory. Let's take a look.
Okay. I mean, this guy's a storyteller. What can I say? You get sucked in. You know exactly just to feed into the madness that he displays out for you.
Cocoa Puffs experiment. How long does it take Sunny to go cuckoo for?
Cocoa Puffs?
Immediately, this commercial looks and feels very different.
You gotta love when, like, the cereal commercials always put, like, a piece of fruit next to your cereal. Like, Camilo, I don't know about you, but I have never had just, like, an orange with Cocoa Puffs. Like, it's just, like, I don't even think that mixes well at all. Like, look, if you get a banana and you slice... I've lost Camilo with what I'm about to say, but if you take a banana, you slice that up, and you put all the slices into your Frosted Flakes, for example, really good. Wow, that's an excellent fruit and cereal combo. But, like, when I see commercials put just, like, a random piece of fruit next to, like, something that it doesn't make... Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, I know you're trying to push fruit onto kids, but it's like... It's just a weird thing because you're already making them... You're trying to get them to buy chocolatey cereal that's, like, sugar, like, you know, just, like, bad for you. So, just, like, I don't understand. I put the orange... No, you don't, Camilo. What are you talking... You put orange in the cereal? What are you saying right now? What do you mean? What do you mean you put the orange in the cereal? No, I'm not playing the video until you explain yourself there. No, what are you talking about?
For
Cocoa Puffs?
Immediately, this commercial looks and feels very different than the others. Instead of a bird city, we're inside of a very advanced looking laboratory where Sonny is apparently being experimented on with Cocoa Puffs.
begin countdown now.
So chalk.
You also put lime... Stop. I'm ignoring you now. Stop. Shut up.
As expected, Sonny goes cuckoo and destroys the lab, but in the final moments of the commercial, we pull back to see who's really running the show. Humans. Humans are the ones behind this experiment. This world that we thought was only inhabited by intelligent bird people also has humans in it. And now, with this context, we can finally start to put all the pieces together.
The human war. No, stop. The bird people, the bird world, and now the human war.
So, here is my theory. This is a world where advanced intelligent humans and bird people separately coexist as global superpowers.
Okay.
And I believe humans are the ones who created the Cocoa Puffs. I think we can assume this because we can see humans are running a lab that is clearly making and testing Cocoa Puffs. We can even see the chemical structure for Cocoa Puffs on the monitor. So that means that we can even see...
Look at all the elements that us humans put into Cocoa Puffs. This is crazy.
the chemical structure for Cocoa Puffs on the monitor. So that means that humans...
How do people get this from cereal ads, you know? That's an interesting... Yeah, that's why I was, like, most curious to watch this video, solely because, like, you know, I've seen this guy make conspiracy theories on, like, SpongeBob and, like, The Last Airbender and Pixar movies. So, you know, there's hours and hours and hours of content when it comes to, like, those properties. But, like, when we're talking, like, commercials for cereal that are, like, 30-second commercials, like, how much content does he have to go over? Like, not even, like, half an hour of commercials. It's very interesting, the through line. He's able to, like, find a narrative through all this.
Humans are responsible for giving Cocoa Puffs to bird society, and clearly their intentions are far beyond just diplomatic trade. Remember what they were testing for.
How long does it take Sunny to go cuckoo for?
Cocoa Puffs?
How long does it take Sunny to go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs? They are specifically testing how addictive the cereal is, meaning humans are intentionally trying to create the most addictive product they can. In the world of these commercials, Cocoa Puffs are not just a delicious breakfast item. They are a weapon created by humans to brainwash and control an enemy nation's population. The fictional in-universe cereal is what I mean, not the real-life Cocoa Puffs.
Please don't sue me, General Mills.
We are witnessing an
You hear that? General Mills is attacking certain groups of people in this world.
Species war between humans and birds, where humans are launching giant Cocoa Puffs at the cities and planting sleeper agents inside of the military. Why is this inside of a cereal commercial? So, these commercials are telling the story of this global Cocoa Puffs war. But I think they're telling it out of order, and this lab commercial is at the start of the timeline, showing us the creation of Cocoa Puffs. The humans use Sunny as a guinea pig to create an extremely addictive cereal, and they even made him the mascot on the box to help sell it to other birds. But why would Sunny go along with this? Well, he doesn't exactly have a choice. Like everyone else, he's just a victim being controlled by the addictive, brainwashing properties of Cocoa Puffs. All they have to do to activate his programming is just say his 3 trigger words: munchy, crunchy, chocolate.
Stop. So, no, stop. No, we're not. We're not connecting fucking Sunny the Cocoa Puff mascot to the Winter Soldier. Like, what are we saying anymore? Munchy. Crunchy. Cocoa Puff.
He goes cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
So it's just drugs? Yeah, basically. That's kind of always the symbolism and theme, I guess, in Cocoa Puff commercials, is just like how addicted Sunny is to them, so we should also be addicted to them.
Don't we discuss your home, your real home?
Yo! Oh my
Желание. 17. Разве? So that's...
Я готова отвечать.
He is the human's perfect sleeper agent, and believe it or not, this has all actually been foreshadowed since the very first Cocoa Puff commercials. Remember how I said...
Oh yeah, I forgot. There used to be humans in, like, the very early Cocoa Puff commercials. They were gone for a while, now they're back.
The original 1958 commercials only featured children instead of a bird. Well, that wasn't entirely true.
All aboard for the Cocoa Puffs train.
In the kid's home, we can see a cage holding a bird. From the very start, Sunny has always been a prisoner to humans. And even the 70s commercials show us that it was humans who first got Sunny addicted.
Puff, puff, Cocoa Puffs, chocolate tasting Cocoa Puffs, munchy, crunchy, chocolatey. Cocoa Puffs, yahoo!
And if you're still not convinced that this is an intentional hidden narrative inside of these commercials, then let me ask you this. Why did they choose to make the mascot of their cereal a cuckoo bird? Sure, it's partially because cuckoo sounds like cuckoo, but I think there's a deeper reason. What are cuckoo birds? They're brood parasites. Instead of raising their young birds, they're brood parasites.
Cuckoos are summer visitors and known for being brood parasites. This means that instead of building their own nest, the females lay their eggs in other birds' nests, especially meadow pipits, dewknocks, and reed warblers. What?
Parasites. Instead of raising their young, they secretly lay their eggs into the nest of other bird species, and once the baby cuckoo hatches, they proceed to kill the other birds and take over the nest from within.
The cuckoo chick instinctively pushes out any other eggs in the nest.
They are literally the sleeper agents of birds. This is exactly what's happening in these commercials. Humans secretly inserted Sunny into bird society, and he took it over from within, just like a cuckoo bird. And the humans didn't just randomly insert Sunny into any old nest. Take a look at the commercial where we see Sunny's grandpa's house.
It keeps Shelly from going cuckoo. I'm gonna hide Cocoa Puffs in this room.
They're in a hallway full of what I assume are family photos. And if you look closely, you can see a picture of the main military bird.
No.
The humans inserted Sunny into a family with a high-ranking military officer, which allowed Sunny to use that connection to get into the military.
I love the fact that there's just a Cocoa Puff timeline. Like, we just the lore runs that deep where we need a timeline for everything the cereal mascot has done.
Headquarters and perform the coup. And it worked. Everyone hit by Cocoa Puffs instantly loves them. They own the military, their entire economy and legal system runs on Cocoa Puffs. Humans have essentially colonized and taken over all of bird society. They won. So, now that the war is over, I guess the next question is, what happens to Sunny? Well, he's not a prisoner anymore. He's free to live a normal life in a world controlled by...
These food commercials got more lore than Meg 2. Yeah, no, seriously, they do.
humans, and
this is a good comparison.
eat all the Cocoa Puffs he wants. Except now, unlike all the birds around him, he desperately doesn't want Cocoa Puffs.
You've got to keep Cocoa Puffs away from me! How do I escape the great taste of Cocoa Puffs?
But why? Because more than anyone else, Sunny knows the truth about this world. He knows all the horrible things humans have done to bird society, the horrible things he has done to betray his country. So, of course, he would try and reject Cocoa Puffs. But the world he lives in literally runs on the cereal. No matter where he goes, he can't escape his addiction. Remember, he even tried to file a restraining order against Cocoa Puffs in a bird court of law, but the judge refused to file a restraining order
They really just showed up.
Escape his addiction. Remember, he even tried to file a restraining order against Cocoa Puffs in a bird
And look at that, they just appear, man. Like, this is crazy.
court of law, but the judge refused to...
Huh?
Wait a second.
Oh, I thought something was going on with my internet. Why did everything just stop?
Why is the judge Sunny's grandpa?
I love the name of these chapters.
Court now in session. Find you guilty of being delicious. Sonny, this is a fancy restaurant.
That is clearly Sonny's grandpa. Even his nameplate says Judge Gramps. Wouldn't that be like a major conflict of interest? Like, you can't just be a judge for your own family member's court case, right? And even if we ignore that, isn't Sonny's...
It got yeah, dude. There's so much lore to go through that it has to have chapters. I can't speak today. Look, you had to first, establish the bird world, the human war, and now it looks like this is the last chapter. But chocolate is thicker than blood, and I also wanted to point out that this family has a huge a person way up in the military and a judge. Let's call him a federal judge. Why not? And of course Sonny, who is an addict.
Grandpa's supposed to be the
Thanksgiving is fucking wild.
one character who's actually on his side.
To keep Shelly from going cuckoo, I'm gonna hide Cocoa Puffs in this room. Cocoa Puffs? Don't go cuckoo on me, boy.
Why does he rule against Sonny when he's the only one who's been trying to help him beat his addiction? Maybe we need to take a closer look at Sonny's grandpa. In one of the commercials, we see Gramps trying to help Sonny by hiding the Cocoa Puffs.
I'm gonna hide Cocoa Puffs in this room. Gramps? I'm not hiding Cocoa Puffs.
But immediately after, he says this.
I'm not Cocoa. Don't open that door then, cause there's munchy, crunchy, chocolatey Cocoa Puffs in there.
Look at him, he's clearly trying to tempt Sonny into getting the Cocoa Puffs. He even uses Sonny's exact trigger words and has a nefarious smile.
Yes. Well, the Winter Soldier has awoken.
Gramps doesn't want Sonny to beat his addiction. He just wants Sonny to think that he's on his side, but in reality, Gramps is manipulating him. But why? Because I think Sonny's grandpa is working for the humans. Sonny is the mascot for Cocoa Puffs, and if humans are going to continue to use Cocoa Puffs to control bird society, then they can't have the mascot on the box actively trying to avoid and discredit the cereal.
You've got to keep Cocoa Puffs away from me! It turns everything chocolatey, and they make me go cuckoo.
So, they use someone close and trusted to Sonny, like his grandpa, to manipulate him into never breaking free of his addiction.
Well, they're munchy and crunchy.
Oh, I'm Cocoa Puff!
Just look at Gramps' life. He's got a big house, he eats at fancy restaurants, and he's a powerful judge who can seemingly break whatever rules he wants. Gramps is thriving in this human-controlled bird society, and I think it's because he made a deal with the humans to betray his own grandson. And once again, Gramps profiting off of Sonny has been foreshadowed since the very first commercials.
Oil, we're rich.
Oh wow! The fact that his grandpa has been canon ever since like the early days of these commercials is crazy. Because I just thought there was something like the grandpa character was just like made up in like the 2000s, but nope.
You're gonna get it up, Gramps. Sonny can't resist Cocoa Puffs. Here, Sonny. Yahoo!
Gramps, Sonny's only parental figure, has always been working against him.
That is crazy that they've kept his character pretty consistent over the decades.
But that brings up something else that I've always wondered about. Why is Gramps Sonny's only parental figure? Where are Sonny's parents? Like, even if Sonny was a brood parasite inserted into this family, he'd still have parents before grandparents, right? It feels like someone's missing. This may seem like a pointless question to ask for how little backstory we're given about these characters, but there is actually a single insane hidden detail in one of these commercials that unlocks one final damning part to this theory. Remember those...
I don't know if I'm ready for this. Okay.
Family photos that had the military guy in them? If you look closely, the hallway is full of different bird people, all with boxes of Cocoa Puffs, except for one photo that shows a female bird all by herself. And it's the only photo with no Cocoa Puffs. It's a really weird detail to include. But what's even stranger is that when Sonny is about to open the door to release the Cocoa Puffs, the photo changes to show the woman is afraid for Sonny. Sure, maybe this was just supposed to be a cartoony way to emphasize the danger, but then why is she the only photo that changes? The birds in the photo right next to her are completely indifferent to Sunny's struggle. This feels like the animators are intentionally trying to tell us something about specifically this female bird that we've never seen before. And trust me, I've checked. She doesn't show up in the background of any of the other commercials. So here is the final part of my theory. I think this is Sunny's mother. Maybe his real mother, or maybe his adopted mother from the whole brood parasite thing. Just like Sunny, she was clearly aware of the dangers of Cocoa Puffs and wanted to avoid them. But unlike everyone else...
It's also interesting to point out she's wearing all black in this picture. And that what that tells me is that she was attending a funeral. Maybe Sunny's father, perhaps. Maybe she's a widow. I don't know. Maybe I'm a conspiracy theorist now. I gotta go. Okay, thank you, Ghost Renderer. Thank you for tuning in. Hopefully you can catch another stream in the future. I stream Saturdays usually. Sunday, I just couldn't yesterday, but I could today. Next Saturday there will be a stream though.
Why don't we see her in any of these commercials? I think it's because she tried to protect her son from the dangers of Cocoa Puffs, and the humans...
See you later.
Who needed Sunny for their plans murdered her because of
No,
These Cocoa Puff commercials are not just a bunch of funny little cartoons designed to sell cereal
it's not
to
funny.
kids. They
None
are
of this is funny.
complex,
None of this is
interconnected
funny.
story about the horrors of war, addiction, family betrayal, and murder. And if after all of this, you still have the fucking balls to leave a comment saying,
The fucking Puffs to say them wrong.
Alex, I think they're just cereal commercials. You're overthinking this.
Okay, this is Alex Bale classic. He throws in one last big bombshell at the very end, and we're about to hear what ace he has up his sleeve for Cocoa Puffs.
Then let me ask you this. Why did they decide to make the characters in these commercials birds? Birds can't eat chocolate.
Wait.
Chocolate is poisonous to birds. The entire bird world is slowly being poisoned by Cocoa Puffs so that humans are the only dominant species on this planet. Or maybe they're just cereal commercials, I don't know.
Man, oh man.
Hello! Thank you for watching. I got a lot more of these stupid, very in-depth, over-the-top fan theories coming out this year.
It really is funny that, like, he was able to squeeze a 25-minute video out of just a Cocoa Puffs theory. Like, that's wild. Oops, I accidentally muted it.
Those, or check out the theories I've already made, because there's some good ones in there.
Those are good. Those are good.
I'd like to give a shout out to Mr. Nightmind. He recently made a nearly 3-hour-long deep dive into my ARG web series Don't Feed the Muse, which is also connected to Happy Meat Farms and a bunch of other channels across the internet. If you don't know what the hell I'm talking about, or even what an ARG is, then I'd highly recommend watching his video. He makes...
This was great. I mean, yeah, he makes great videos. Highly recommend his stuff.
My massive, complicated puzzle project much more accessible and easy to follow, and he even does his own fan theory about what it all means.
What if I told you Alex Bale has been playing 4D chess all along, and every element of this has been calculated to astonishing dedicated degrees?
So I highly recommend that. It is a great video. Thank you, Mr. Nightmind. Thank you to the patrons who help support this channel. You can watch my videos early and get your name at the end by signing up. That's all I got. That's the end of the video. Bye. Go away.
Yep, that's the video. Very good video. Another banger from Alex Bale. Yeah, hopefully when future theories come out that we can watch them, continue watching them on stream.